consolidated movement to put the city together, and then you break it apart, because you create what they call a general service district and an urban service district. The urban service district, I bet you can guess what that was. It's the old city of Chattanooga, and the general service district is the county. Now, supposedly that was set up because the city gives more services than the county, and the county gives less services, so the people in the county are supposed to pay less taxes, and the people in the city are supposed to pay more taxes. Well, today it's the other way around. Right now, your county taxes are higher than your city taxes. Property, ad valorem property tax that I'm speaking of, because the city, of course, is in the county. So with two service districts, you consolidate it for the purpose of dividing, back the way it was, for the purpose of taxing and services. We are already taxed by the city, and we also taxed by the county. Now, under the consolidated government, they would consolidate your tax bill into one tax, but it would not go down, because the county is providing you certain services that you are paying taxes for now, and the city is providing you with certain services that you are paying for now. So they would consolidate those and into one bill, and you still pay the same amount of tax. There's not a decrease in tax, and there's not a person around that can deny that they will not be able to decrease your tax at all. And if it could be, they should write it in the charter rather than having it as a political will that somebody could do. If the purpose of this is to lower taxes, as an example, then tell us how much it's going to be lowered. Last time they couldn't do that, and the truth of the matter is they can't, because taxes are not going to go down for city residents. Now, in the county, because of the way you configure the taxes, they may get a decrease, those who live in the county, in their tax, because they don't get all the services that we get, and by the time they do the benefit ratio cost analysis of that, you'll find that the county residents should pay less, because they're not getting the kind of quality of services. I'll give you an example. Police, safety, there is no consolidated fire department in the county, and they don't pay for fire services. Some of the smaller cities do, like East Ridge, Shepherd, and several of the others. They have their contracts with fire departments, one another. So they pay that on the side. Garbage collection. A lot of the county residents do not have garbage collection, whereas everybody in the city gets it whether they want it or not. Sewer system. The county is not completely serviceable with sewers. The city is. So if they don't have those things, they are due a refund or reduction in their taxes in comparison to the whole tax base. So the city then would have to pay more taxes, not the same, but more taxes to offset the loss of revenue in the refunds that they gave back to the people in the county. Now, the police department in the city is by and far a more professional police department than the county. And by state law, the county's responsibility is not for protection and security, but for manning the jail, serving warrants, and those sort of things. And if you just line up the county policemen against city policemen, you can see that that's all they're capable of doing. The city force is more physically fit, better equipped with communication gear and everything else, and weapons and all that kind of stuff, than the county will ever be. But if we consolidate, the sheriff of the county and his force would become the leading law enforcement agents for the city, for the consolidated government, if you will. Now they would incorporate the city's police department, but under what leadership, under what philosophy? All those things have to be worked out and kind of set, and they are not set. These are things that people can set at their whim. The first council, group of councilmen, or the mayor, all those people can set those kind of things. And where did they get their influence from for setting those? They get them from the power brokers in this town. Now, they're not the same power brokers they were 20 years ago or even 30 years ago, but there are still people in this community who wield power, who can get a call returned from the mayor immediately, who can get a call from the county immediately, who can get somebody hired immediately. That stuff still go on. And by the same token, they can get decisions made immediately in the city and county government. And those kinds of things can't be put into a charter in a language that will satisfy people. But some of it could be, and if it could, then we should do it. But the charter that we wrote was clean to any kind of a suggestion about how government should treat its people, or how the tax should be divided equally, or whether or not East Ridge should be a part of the government, or whether or not Society Daisy could be a part of the government, or any other cities in the city could be a part of the government. And my answer, my question is if it's good enough for Chattanooga, why is it not good enough for East Ridge? Or why is it not good enough for a Shepherd community or Society Daisy? If it's that good, and it's going to be consolidated. So if it's not that good, if it's not good enough for Lookout Mountain, then maybe it's not what I want to do as a city resident, because we have our way of providing services, and we have, by and large, have a reformed government that has taken place in the city of Chattanooga. We just changed our form of government in Chattanooga in 1990. I don't know how many of you remember, but we used to have a 5-man commission that ran the city of Chattanooga, and Dr. Tommy Brown and several others filed suit and claimed that it was not constitutional, and it deprived minorities of their right to participate in that government. The court agreed and ordered that they change the form of government, and that was changed, and that's why we have district representation in the city of Chattanooga right now.